Hey guys, my name is Scomicmaker, and welcome back to another episode of Free Draw Friday. Okay, I have to be real this week. I am wiped out. Working full time, I told myself that while I was doing this because I love it, I had to make sure my responsibilities with work come first. These past couple weeks have been testing weeks at my school, and in fact, I test my 5th graders for their end of course exam in art this Monday, and because of that, I have been busy beyond belief, and as much as I tried staying up late to finish a video, or squeezing in time to work on my comic, I just didn't have it in me this time. I of course won't stop making videos, but until the summer hits, my videos might not be a full drawing like they have been the past couple months. So instead of doing a drawing this week, I actually ended up working on my comic again, which I almost didn't make it to uploading that in time either. But let's talk about the comic. As a lot of you know, I have a webcomic on Webtoons called A Day at a Time. It's basically a bunch of silly short stories about my life with my husband and my dogs. It's something that I've always wanted to make, and I've been consistently uploading a page every Friday since January, so it's the same day that I upload a video here as well. I recently changed the format for my comics, and this time I'm trying to follow the format for mobile comics that you typically see on Webtoons and Tapas. So instead of having like a full page of a comic, it's like where you have those just like single panel comics that are like one on top of another. Speaking of, I post my webcomic on Tapas, Webtoons, and SmackGs, and I will leave links for them below if you are interested in reading them. So this week's comic is about my husband and I. Sometimes I find that when you're around people who are closest to you or who you're most comfortable with, you end up doing the strangest things. Well, my husband has this weird thing where if I have my hair up in a bun, he bites it. I have no idea what he gets out of it, but I think it's because it's just this round, squishy thing on my head and he can't help himself apparently. He just wants to bite it for some strange reason. I thought that this was such a weird and funny thing that at first I wasn't sure if I should draw it, but the idea kept coming back to me and eventually I caved. In the end, it became this weird comic. Hopefully you guys like it. I kind of have mixed feelings about it. I think I feel strange about it because in this format, sometimes it's not so easy to add background because the space is so limited, so I end up just filling it in with color. I used to not draw a lot of backgrounds, but the more I have worked on my webcomic, the more I've actually really enjoyed working on backgrounds. But a lot of comics on Webtoon don't have square borders, and things just kind of float on the page, and while I love that, I have kind of struggled with the borderless comics, so at the moment, they look like this. I'll probably play around a bit more with it in the future. Another thing I've been thinking about changing is possibly going to digital versions of this comic where I draw on my computer. While I love coloring them in with markers because it is very comfortable for me, I think in the end it'll be faster for me to upload them if they're digital. Plus, it will be easier to edit, and if I make a big mistake, it isn't the end of the world. I did make a mistake in this comic that you probably noticed, where I was using the colorless blender to fix the eye, which kind of went outside the lines. The colorless blender had way too much ink in it and spilled out everywhere, making a pool of brown that I tried to fix with a white gel pen. It's not too bad to fix comic mistakes after I'm done because I can always edit in a couple different ways digitally, but I wouldn't worry so much about mistakes, I think, if I tried digital. So, who knows? Maybe I'll try a digital comic in the future and see if I like it. I hate flip-flopping so much with the style of this comic, but it's actually really helping me figure out a style of comic that works best for me. Also, for those who are wondering why I don't just color a panel at a time, by coloring anything that is the same, like the shirt or the hair or things like that, if I do it a color at a time, I am doing it as consistent as I can, and I also don't have to dig around looking for the colors I used over and over and over again. I used to do this a lot, and it drove me mad, and then one day I was like, duh, and changed the way I color. Although I still forget stuff sometimes. So hopefully things will go back to normal this next Friday, and I will have a regular Free Draw Friday video for you all to enjoy next week. I didn't add a finished version of the picture at the end like I normally do because I have it posted online, so if you would like to see it finished, be sure to take a look at the links below so that you can read it on all the comic websites that I posted on. Anyway, have an awesome weekend, everyone. I know I'm going to try to relax after a very long school week. But thank you guys for being so understanding, and sorry about the super late video today. And I hope that we can draw together again soon.